You're dead, so you'd better get used to it. Malavestros is my name. I've never led a mortal life, but I can let you in on more than a couple of underworld secrets if you prove yourself worthy of my time, that is. The underworld is my home, and I've been here longer than most. I flatter myself that I keep a pretty sharp eye on the comings and goings of the dead, the acts of creation, and the random disembowelings. Hello everyone, it's Alex, welcome back to CollectioNeo. We are back with another review, and of course we're back in the court of the dead, and we're looking at Malavestros. That was a quick bit of text from the Chronicle of the Underworld as I've started all these Court of the Dead reviews. I think I've done them all like this, but unfortunately Malavestros hasn't got a character bio. He basically narrates the book, as he kind of narrates the whole Court of the Dead. If you watch any of the animated shorts they did, Malavestros narrates them all and does a fine job on them as well. It's it's desperate to have an animated series done of some sort. But yes, I've had Malavestros for a while now, and I'm just getting around to reviewing really. Don't worry, I will put lights on him in a moment. And this guy's probably known as one of the best Court of the Dead PCs. And probably, well, I know for a fact it's a lot of people's favourite Court of the Dead piece. And I kind of understand why. So originally when this went up for order, Court of the Dead pieces weren't exactly selling incredibly well. Most were still in stock and, had huge edition sizes. Malavestros himself had 750 regulars and 500 exclusives. More than enough for me to pick one up as it came out, because I didn't have the cash at the time. I just didn't have the income or whatever to put Malavestros on order, so I thought it doesn't matter, I'll just pick him up later for cheap. Yeah, didn't really work, did it? As I say, this became quite a sought after piece, and I became quite lucky actually, because I dropped on him. I actually picked this guy up unboxed, and he was sent over in his constituent pieces, which when you look at all these pieces that make him up from head to toe, you'd think, wow, how the hell did he make it? But he did. He made it complete and totally intact. The guy did a fantastic job of packaging him up. And I got him for about 250 quid. I think I paid 250 quid delivered. Now the delivery came in 2 huge boxes. 5 times the amount of packing space it would have took if he came in his original box. So I am kind of stuck with him. But for £250, I reckon if I ever did want to sell him, which I obviously don't yet, I think someone would come and pick him up for 250 quid, or maybe even a bit more. But yes, let's get lit. We'll get close up, because the amount of details on this guy is shocking. It's a lot to take in. So we're going to get close up, start on the base, and we'll move up. Now, of course, Malavestros is not only the jester of the court. I suppose every court needs a jester, and Malavestros is definitely him. But he's also kind of like I read in the intro, he's been around so long that he's kind of like, he keeps this chronicle, and this he's the narrator, so he kind of knows everything that comes in and out of the underworld and knows all goings on. So on this base, you've just got all these melted candles, you've got these books, and obviously sitting on this tombstone, you've got this huge long cape, which we'll go over in a second, and we've got these books and journals, and we've got like coins, because I'm sure Malavestros appreciates a coin. Let's get a little bit closer in. Shall we go freehand? I don't know how to do this. How are we going to get in there best? We'll go a little bit freehand, guys, just so you can see all these colours and paints. This piece just pops. A lot of these pieces are separate. Watch this one not be. Oh, it is, yeah. So, like I say, I did buy this unboxed. So when he came, he was, and there's pieces that actually layer up there, so I can't take that piece out. But all these little pieces are individually wrapped, and then his body and the base were obviously the main two components. And like I say, he got here completely undamaged. It was a miracle. I expected to glue a few little bits, as you'll probably see as we go up to the scrolls that he's holding. But this base is just absolutely crazy. And you can see like we've got a lot on the other bases, which I love the ethereal blue. You know, the essence that runs through the underworld. Really nice. And we've got all these books. I love this book here with like the face on it. This one. It's awesome. And we've got skulls and horn demons and all this. And if we come around the back, just lifted up his cape, and you can see the back of the tombstone, quite plain. You know, it's going to be covered up by the cloak, but we have got a piece here, which is very solid, very solidly pegged in there. See all the different coins. This sculptor has just gone to absolute town to give us so much detail. You know, we've even got like the pages of the book here, and it's just a tour de force. Very easy to put together though. Everything's colour coded, so very, very nice and easy to do. And then as we come out a bit, you can see all the more of the blue on the armour, kind of that oxidised feel. And then we've got the, like I say, the tombstone there, where he's just perched on. And then we can see his guts. Now this is something that a lot of people don't see on Malavestros straight away, but these are basically, he's basically got his guts and all these souls and these faces and everything going on there. I'll get a bit closer up because I will take the hands off so we can get a bit closer. But yeah, it's quite a, you know, a grotesque statue, really. Let's get a bit closer. Actually, no, let's move up first. So as we move up, you can see these two scrolls, and what we've got actually here is a demon and then an angel fighting. Now I think my demon has dipped a little bit. I don't know actually, it might be like that. I'm sure earlier shots it was more up here and they were fighting each other. I figured these two bits would be broken, nearly broken, but actually it's not as bad as you think, because this piece is actually all plastic. It's just plastic. I mean, it's very, very thin plastic, but it's nicely detailed, all cast in a clear plastic. You've got all these, but this is quite flexible. It's all very nicely done, of course, and I was quite surprised that Sideshow managed to pull it off, and as you can imagine, even more surprised when it's actually turned up in one piece, because I imagine this is the sort of thing that would break even in the original packaging, and that just basically just sits on. Just having a fiddle. And we've got the angel at the top, same sort of thing, just pegs on. Small plastic piece. The two hands are separate, which I'll go over in a second as well. But as you can see, as we're going around, there's just detail on detail. We've got clear resin, clear plastics. The paints are fantastic. The cape on the back, obviously a bit of mixed media. I do love that the Court of the Dead pieces have a bit of mixed media in the capes and stuff. I think it just adds that bit of texture to the piece. I know a lot of people are against capes, fabric capes, but I think with the Court of the Dead it really works. I agree on like Superman and Batman and stuff, I prefer a sculpted cape, but here it really works. And then obviously you can see that face of Malavestros, which we will get up close. Now the exclusive version had the true face of the Fool, which was basically a skull, which did look very cool. I don't know if I would have displayed it. I do like his normal face, but it would have been nice to have it. The actual face just pulls off, which I will show you in a second. So let's just start taking these bits off just so we can get a bit closer. So like I say, that's just on a tiny peg which pops out. Now this hand here is, let's see if I can get in on this. is very precarious. Very precarious. So a tiny bit of weight on this at the front, and it kind of just falls out. It's in there, you know, but it can just, it's like it needs to go in and then the weight holds it in. I don't know if that's the same on everyone's, but if you do get this piece, be careful, because this felt like it was going to fall out constantly. It's in there, but you know, there is a bit of movement there, and obviously with what it's holding, you got all this, again, the scroll burning away, the clear resin. Just going to put that piece there. And now let's get in on that belly. So as you can see, we've got more texture, the leather pants here, we've got a bit of more of a jester pattern underneath, we've got more armour, more oxidisation, which I love, the ethereal blue. But yeah, all this guts, you can see all the face. It almost looks like an ape's face. But yeah, we've got all this fantastic sculpted detail, which carries on to the top of the head, which we'll get to that up to as well. And the ruff, I love all the skulls in the ruff. It just looks fabulous. And then we've got that amazing portrait. Really, really, I mean, the paints are just phenomenal on this guy. They just picked him up so perfectly and so well done. You know, Sideshow really had to nail this piece, and they did. So you can probably see there on the bottom of his head how this bit comes off. I'm going to do this at two hands, guys, because that's a strong magnet. Boo. So there we go. So that just pull off. We've got this fantastic sculpt, fantastically painted. The eyes are really well done. This is definitely the Court of the Dead's Joker. You know, I think you can see that in the face. I mean, Jester is a Joker, isn't it, really? But I think that Tom Gilliland, who came up with the Court of the Dead, and I think he's the owner of Sideshow as well, you can tell he definitely, I think he wanted a Joker in his mythos, and I think Malavestros is it. And we'll just go around. You can see those skulls on the top of the head. We'll get a bit higher. Let's get a bit higher and enter the angel. So we've got the top scroll here. So you can see that angel. Again, beautiful little sculpt, you know, for what it is. Let's have a bit of a shifty here. You can see all that detail in the back of the scroll. I really hope they do get into the angels and demons. Obviously on the new Kia, the exclusive, check out the review of here on the channel. She's holding either an angel or a demon's head, which is very cool. I hope the court keeps going. There is a new Court of the Dead piece coming, Strife, which looked okay in the previews, didn't really float my boat. I'm really waiting for Ezreal, and maybe a couple of others from the Chronicle. Here's where you can see these skulls now in the top of the head as well. You know, from a distance they just look like, oh, that's red. That's just red on the top of his hat, on the top of his jester's hat. But no, they're bloody skulls. Little hidden bits of grossness, which is always maybe the best kind of gross. And you can see all the leather and the studs working around the top of the hat. It's just a complete tour de force. Is it my favourite Court of the Dead piece? Maybe. I think it would be between him and Mortigal. But Poxel is, you know, is bloody good too. He is bloody good. They're all great. Court of the Dead's just gone from strength to strength, really. And yeah, this was kind of a high point. I do hope they are having a Court of the Dead day in February, so I'm guessing that's when we're going to see the full reveal of Strife. I hope we get a bit more. I want some more books, and there was a Demethyle book which is supposed to be happening, but if you haven't, I did do a book book video on here saying, you know, where you can find the comics and origins and what to read and what to look at. So check that out. I'll link that at the end of the video. But yeah, I think they've just taken a break. They have been doing some 1/6 figures. I think Fison have been doing 1/6 figures, and they recently did Angel Key, which looks rather nice. But I'm not in Court of the Dead for 1/6 posable figures. I want premium formats. But I'm hoping after Strife, maybe we'll get. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a couple of redos. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Demethyl redo, or maybe a Death redo. But I don't know if they can take the gamble now to do big pieces of those again. And I think the Death that they've actually done is fantastic. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I know a lot of people had a problem with that piece, but I certainly haven't. I think it's great. Let's get back a bit just so you can see that angel and that devil. Yeah, I don't know if my devil has drooped today, as they say in the business, but no, it still works. Still works perfectly. And he's just, yeah, he is a fantastic piece. I'm so happy I'm finally got him into the collection. Like I say, it's been a while, about 6 months maybe, since I got him. But he's about 24 inches, maybe 23 inches tall. Really easy to display. He's not a space killer, he hasn't got a massive footprint, but he's just an eye catcher. The colours, the details, you know, these two huge scrolls with the, you know, split asunder with the angel and the demon just salad in that face, and the gory details. It's one of those Sideshow pieces where they just get everything right: sculpt, design, and paints. And, you know, apart from that little bit of you know, wobbliness on the hand, production overall is fantastic. Yeah, not much else to say, guys. It's awful when I've got nothing to criticise, but it's a great piece. It's got that reputation, it's got that price, and for a reason, because it's a rather fabulous piece. So Court of the Dead, that's pretty much me done at the moment. I haven't got all the pieces. I did sell Demethyl and Ogilvale, but I've still got, I think, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 pieces. And hopefully I'm kind of got my eye on Relic Ravlatch. I do really like that piece, but other things have popped up which we'll probably see reviews of soon. Street Fighter Ultra Ryu was one of the pieces that could have been a Relic Ravlatch but turned into a Ryu. And then the next piece I'm going to review, which is XM's Iron Fist, that could have been a Relic Ravlatch but turned into that. So I think I will pick him up. It'd be nice to see one pop up in the UK, and I don't think the exclusive is any good on that. It was the shield and the hand, yeah, and the lantern was much cooler. So I don't need the exclusive on him, but it's another piece that does it for me. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Strife is like, but you know, I just hope that Court of the Dead keeps going. They are putting some Court of the Dead videos up, a bit of lore drops, which is very, very good if you're into the court and want to get a bit more lore. Like I say, get the Chronicle, get the books. But yeah, check out the videos. The animated stuff on Sideshow's channel on YouTube is, I think I talk about them every video, but they are brilliant. They really suck you in to the world. But there you go, guys. That's Malavestros, Court of the Dead, Sideshow Collectibles. One of their best ever, maybe. I think so. Certainly one of the, you know, top 3 in the Court of the Dead. Easy. But there you go, guys. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next video. Bye.